Hello, let's be real. Some people don't love consistency. They love you when it's convenient for them. And when they're lonely, they call you. When they need your support, they find you. But when you need them, suddenly they're busy, distance, or even silence. That's not love, that's access. In this episode, you will learn the signs someone loves you when it's convenient, how inconsistency affects your emotional well being, why people give half love instead of commitment, how to stop settling and start choosing yourself. This conversation will challenge you to reflect, set boundaries, recognize the difference between real love and temporary attention. You deserve a love that shows up, not just when it's easy. Welcome to the Safe Love Podcast, where we talk about real love, healing, and the truth most people try to avoid. Let's begin the conversation. Amen. Amen. So, this is another episode, and we're going to title this topic Some People Only Love You When It's Convenient. Yes, yes, yes. Some people only love you when it's convenient. Thank you for the share. I appreciate that. And I want you to jot this down later on, go back and look at it, or you can pause once the video has released and rewatch this and write the things down. And if it's something that you're plaguing or something that's going on with inside of you, it's okay to talk to yourself. It's okay to know what is plaguing your life and try to fix it. So the first thing, why convenient love, what convenient love really looks like. Convenient love is inconsistent. It shows up when it benefits them and disappear when it requires effort. I know a lot of people they like to deal with people only because they can get something out of them or because what they got going on is something that they need. And a lot of people too like to ride your coattails. If you person that likes to do things and have things all the time, people will not gravitate towards you, and you're not even understanding why, you know. But when it requires for them to show up, I promise you, I can promise you, they're gonna be nowhere to be found, and you have to ask yourself, what is it? What's going on? Signs. They only reach out when it's good for them, meaning it's only convenient for them to reach out. And I tell people this over and over and over and over. If you're constantly reaching out and that's the only reason why you're talking and communicating with them, then there's a problem there, you know. And some people don't like to be one with themselves and by themselves because why? No, nobody wants to hear the chaotic that's going inside coming outside, right? So with this, you have to be careful who you let in and enter into your space. You know, thank you. I appreciate that. They disappear when times get hard. When you having hard moments, they're not there, but they be quick to tell you, where were you at? Where was your antennas at when I had this going on? You feel secure one day and confused the next day. You always adjusting, understanding, and waiting. Always waiting and waiting and waiting and adjusting yourself because you want them around you. And you're not really realizing you're doing yourself more hurt and harm than you realize. But until you sit back and look at yourself outside of yourself, then hey, I thank you for sharing the live over here on TikTok. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love. But convenient love feels like crumbs. But you keep calling them like it's a meal. I talked about it in the last episode about those breadcrumbs. I mean, they only giving you a little for you to come back, and you so used to potential, and now you accepting the crumbs just so you can have them around. It's like the song say, like having you there. You know, it is soothing in some form. Number two, we're gonna say why we accept it. Why? Why do we accept it? What's wrong with us? Let's go deeper because this isn't just about them. It's about us too. Why do you accept it? Sometimes we accept convenient love simply because we're afraid of being alone. When you're being alone, some people can't laugh by themselves. Some people can't be by themselves. It's annoying. Some people can't hear their own inner thoughts. It's too much noise. I need to quiet it down. I need to shush it. I don't want to deal with this because if I deal with this, it's a little bit harder now. It's necessary, and I'm asking myself, what did they bring to me that I need? Something they add value to me. What are they bringing? Are they bringing chaos? You know, or are they bringing confusion? Are they bringing unalignment? Are they bringing inconsistency of being a friend of showing up? You know, I had this friend that I was friends with, and I say this all the time. We were friends for a long time, no bad blood. It's just we outgrew each other. And I didn't realize, I've been friends with this particular person for 30 years. I didn't realize I was the one really driving the ship. I didn't realize I was the one always buying. I didn't realize that. I got caught up in the logistic, the aesthetics of the friends back in the early 80s and 90s. So I will pay for vacations, you know, but that's just how pure my heart is. And again, I love what we was doing as a friend, taking trips and going to different concerts, having vacations, cruises, all type of things. I did this with this girl like she was my sister. Nevertheless, we outgrew each other, and it's no bad blood. It's no bad blood. I wish her the best, and if I still see her, I still will allow myself to speak to her. No bad blood. Again, we just outgrew each other, and sometimes people time be up in your life, and when the time is up, you have to know the time is up. You don't keep forcing. You don't like if a key don't fit in the door. Do you continue to stick the key in the door till it breaks? Or do you find another door for the key to get in? You know, so you have to go deeper with yourself. Yes, that yeah, that is so true. So again, we just outgrew each other. But the love never died for her. It still never died for her. I'll still show up, but all of that extra stuff, nah, we ain't doing it no more. You know, and it was convenient for me too. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it and lie. It was convenient for me too. Again, because I needed a sister. I needed a bond with a sister. And that's okay. We all been there. We see their potential instead of their patterns. I didn't pay attention to the pattern. I just knew one day the light bulb will come on. We're used to inconsistency, so it feels normal. You know, some people think if I just get a little, if I just get a tinge, then I'm okay with that. That's what we tell ourselves. If I get that, then I'm okay with that. You know. So sometimes we don't want the truth. We don't want the truth at all because the truth means we have to let go. We have to let it go. And if it's something that you've been holding on to, it's like whatever it is, it's like it's dying. And no one wants to weep over that, you know? So you have to be real. You have to be real. And just because you spit a quote, just because you can paraphrase, just because you can read, doesn't make it real. You know, who you are, how you show up, it makes you real. You know, what's inside of you will come out. You can't pretend to be a certain way acting and then eventually not coming to a head because eventually those skills will die. They will simply die. You know. So the number three thing, the emotional roller coaster. You don't know where to compartmentalize them to. You know you want to be their friend. Hi, how are you? You know you want to be their friend, but it's chaotic being a friend. It's chaotic with being with them. You know? If you can over here, share the live for me and continue to get me up to the For You page. So, convenient love will drain you. It will drain you. It will drain you. And you overlook everything. Don't get me wrong. The stuff that I'm saying does not make a person a bad person. It's just not the person for you. You know? So you're overthinking. You're overanalyzing. You're overplaying your part too. You know? So you got to stop feeling anxious. You need to feel secure, right? You need somebody to make you feel secure. And this doesn't have to be in a relationship. You know, they said it's backed up with psychology. We are self serving in nature. Mm. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, everything is here for nature, from nature. All we got to do is show up. And that's showing up for yourself. You know, show up for you, right? Why not show up for you? I'm just saying, show up for yourself. So you question your worth. Am I good enough to be their friend? Have you have you ever wanted to be friends? And this may apply to being young. Have you ever wanted to be friends with somebody, but you didn't know if they was going to be your friend back? Like I can see from a distance they cool people, but I don't know if they want to be my friend or they from that type of caliber. Or am I worthy enough to be their friend? Because they may have a little more money or in a different bracket than you are. You know? So you gotta stop doing that. Stop questioning your own worth to be friends or to be connected with somebody. You know, everything that's meant to align is gonna align. Everything that's meant to align together, it's gonna align. It's definitely gonna align together. You give more than you receive. Listen, in order to keep this going with this particular person, I need to pay for us to go out to eat. I need to pay for us to go out to eat. I know I like going out to eat. We go out to eat. We listen to a music. We may even go to a bar and you say, "Hey, and we finna be tripping all night." But yeah, it's your expense. It's your expense. You know. And again, for me, I didn't realize the shenanigans that were going on until later on down the years. And I look back and I said, "Well, hey, this is something that was been going on for quite some time." Because again, you have to get outside of yourself and look at yourself like in a ball of in the shell, and look at yourself. Think, contemplate on what's going on, how you're moving. You know. So I had to do that, and that wasn't pretty. Uh-uh. That wasn't pretty. It wasn't exciting. It, it didn't make me like, let's do it again. But I knew I wanted to get it right this time, so I won't have to get it right in the after. Love should not feel like you're consistently trying to prove your value. If you friends or if you with them and you here it is. 20 years compared and they ain't saying nothing about y'all friends. You an associate. That's hurtful, you know? You said 80-20. What's 80-20, Jay? So the next thing I want you to jot down is the truth we avoid. Here's the hard truth. They're not confused. They just comfortable. Comfortable knowing you'll be there no matter how little they give you. Now I got to tie this in with a relationship now, y'all. I got to tie this in with a relationship. They are not confused. They are comfortable. Comfortable with knowing you will be there. No matter how little they may give you. Again, breadcrumbing. No matter how many little they give you, you accept it. You know, you accept the little. You accept the crumbs. Why? Because you comfortable with that person. And I remember a few months ago, I was talking to a couple of friends, and they was talking about their relationship, and they were saying some things, and I was just listening. And they were saying how much they were tired, how much they didn't want to do this, they didn't want to do that no more. But in the end of the conversation, I asked them, "What are you going to do?" You know. And so the answer that I will always get, and which was still is problematic for me, is I just rather stay with them because they all I know. I just rather do that. I just rather not leave them. I know them. My body knows them. You know, it's accepting the little just to say I got. You say you pay all the time. They might come through every blue moon. Yeah, and that blue moon so blue it'll turn. I'm telling you, that blue moon so blue, it's gonna turn gray. It's gonna turn gray. Like nah. And another truth. Hear me out. If someone only shows up when it's easy, they're not built for real love. If you can't be my friend in hard times, then what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, I want to know what are we doing? Cause now I'm starting to realize that you ain't. I was gonna take it there. I'm starting to realize that you ain't. And then if I could be your friend easily, I have me personally, I have a problem with that. If it's easy to be your friend, I don't want to be your friend. Because to me, that's a yes man or a yes girl, a yes woman. Why is it so easy to be your friend? Oh, you bought me something to eat. Is that what it is? You bought me something to eat. That's why. Oh wow. Oh wow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Number 5, shifting to safe love. Safe love is different. It's different. It's different. It's consistent. It's intentional. It shows up, especially when it's not convenient. It brings peace, not confusion. I'm one of those friends. If I don't hear from you, I'm showing up at your door. Even if I talk to you and you said I'm good, I'm showing up. Especially if we nearby. And if it's that serious enough and it takes some ways, I fly out. I fly out. What's the issue? What's the problem? And um I like to bring up this scene from Poetic Justice. There's the scene when Janet Jackson and her friend was on the truck, on the mail truck going to up to Oakland, and the friend became drunk, and the friend became belligerent, and the friend was known to act a fool. The friend already, Janet already knew that. So by the time her and the guy, they're supposed to been doing a hookup thing or whatever. So by the time they stopped the truck, if you know what I'm talking about, you remember the scene. So by the time they stopped the truck and got outside the truck, if you can remember, Janet jacked her up and she told her, "I hate when you drink, because when you drink, you get fucking crazy." And it was like snatching her back into it. For me, I love that scene. Because if that's what it takes to get me together real quick. Because sometimes some people can't snap up out of the ignorancy. Sometimes people can't snap up out of foolery. Sometimes people can't snap up out of the trap. And then when you do that all the time, you always showing up, then you becomes drained. Now you wondering why you low. Nah. Mm-mm. So Janet was determined to tell her to get her together. She was determined. It brings peace to know that there's not a confusion inside of a friendship. It's peace. It's peace inside of a friendship. You shouldn't have to earn consistency. Thank you. I appreciate that. You shouldn't have to earn consistency. It should come naturally from someone who values you. If they don't value you, they're not bringing peace at all. If they're not valuing you, they're not bringing peace. Mm-mm. I ain't finna do that. It's gonna be chaotic all the time. All the time. You shouldn't have to earn consistency. You should automatically do it because you know what it takes to be a friend. It should come naturally from someone who values you. You know. Number 6, how to break a pattern. We finna talk about how we can break this and how we can fix this and how we can not do this again. Now we finna work through this. Pay attention to patterns, not words. People can that is it talk to me like I'm blue in the face, but then your actions show me otherwise. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Think about this, y'all. We're finna nearly be in 2030. That sounds weird to hear. We're finna nearly be in 2030. So we gotta stop these old habits. We do. Stop rewarding inconsistency with access. If you don't be my friend, if you don't show up for me, don't keep calling me thinking I'm gonna show up for you. If I don't show up for you 5 times, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope, I ain't doing it. I ain't finna show up for you. I ain't finna come through. Don't count on me through thick and thin. And all you giving is thin. No, we ain't doing that. Set boundaries and actually keep those boundaries. If you go back and watch my last episode, I talked about that. Setting those boundaries, keeping to it, sticking to it, choosing yourself, showing up for yourself, even when it hurts. You pick the business, stand on the business, stand there, stand there. Your feet hurt, still stand there, stand on business. We ain't folding. We ain't folding at all. Choose yourself. Because guess what? They gonna choose themselves every single time. They gonna bet on them every single time. They betting on themselves. Look, they betting on themselves and got over on you because they was betting on themselves. But shit, you better roll them dice and bet on yourself. And if you crap out, hey, stand up, do it again. Let's redo this. Let's redo this. You know, choose yourself now. Chest out, chin up. Choose yourself. Be real with yourself. Don't know. We ain't taking inconsistency. No, unintentional. Nah, just to say you a friend. A man, a friend indeed is a friend. Oh, look, I'm about to take it there. I appreciate the gift, light skin. I appreciate the love. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. I'm not playing. Y'all better start showing up for y'all self. Y'all better start doing that. It's very valuable that you do that. You know, they gonna do it. Shit. You think they ain't? And then they gonna tell you that they gonna do it. So be bold for yourself. Every time you accept less, you teach people how to love you. Every single time. You saying, oh, I don't like me like that. Because they see how you treat yourself. They see that. Hey, cuz, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for sharing the live. They do that. Every time you accept less from somebody, then guess what? You teach them how to love you. I appreciate that. Mm-mm. So you wondering why you keep running into the caliber of people that you run into? Some in you identify and some in them, which create trauma bond. And so now you showing them how to love you. You know, it's certain caliber of people I don't encounter with that people say they come across and then they try to tell me, oh, well, Mindy, it's because you don't X, Y, Z. No, I've been there. I never dealt with a disrespectful person as far as in a relationship with me on that, wants to call you B's and H's and you sitting back. He taking me out to Ruth Chris. Yep, he taking me out to Ruth Chris. So now, really? Nah, mm-mm, not at all. When you see me loving me, when you see me giving me, when you see me taking me out, when you see me getting me nails done, when you see me getting me hair done, when you see me doing that, you know, if I'm a mess with Mindy, I'm gonna come correct. I ain't coming with none of that food gaze, you know. I don't get those, nah, those broke mindsets. I used to see them passing, and they be trying to look at me. Now I don't see them at all. My head be straight. Dog, no. Mm-mm. So people watch how you love on yourself and how you show up for yourself. If they see you ain't giving yourself none, if they see you ain't got nothing going on, then get what? They know what type of person you is. You know? They know. They know. They can identify. And I've heard men sit up and say that. Oh, I just watch her. And then they say, I've been watching you for a long time. Because they saw what type of person you were. Now you easy to them. So the closing message, the closing message, the closing message. Now, I want us to get this together. I want us to fix this. You know, I want us to do that. Some people will only love you when it's convenient, but the right person will love you with intention. You ain't got to ask, you ain't got to beg, you ain't got pressure, none of that. But the right person will love you with intention. Don't settle for temporary attention when you deserve consistent love. If they continue to show up, they continue to do what they do, then that's that. This is your reminder. You're not hard to love. You just available to people who didn't know how. Again, you just you 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 just been available to people who didn't know how. If this episode spoke to you, I want you to share it, and you can go back to YouTube and type in a Safe Love Podcast. You can share it with someone who needs to hear this hard and brutal truth. And don't forget to follow the Safe Love Podcast for more real conversations about love, becoming whole, becoming one, relationship. We talk about all that. We talk about DV. We talk about assault. We talk about just showing up for yourself. We talk about things that's spiritual. So share this podcast with somebody that it may help. Don't watch me day in. Don't watch me every Friday and you don't share. It's something that can help somebody. Don't be greedy with the information that you're receiving. You know, don't do that. Share the live and continue to share the live with somebody or someone you know that this may help. Okay. And I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And again, we are I am a part of a Safe Place Inc. and we are conducting what we call we're giving out free haircuts. So with that being said, we need people to sponsor a child. If you can donate $5, $1, $10, whatever you can donate it so we can continue to do this fundraiser every year. But this is going to be April the 4th. It's about appointment only. The link is going to be listed down in the comment section below. If you just want to help Mindy out and just show some love and say, hey, you ain't never supported in that type of way, I greatly appreciate that. We provide haircuts for young men that is given by appointment only. And we just want to do this for the occasion that they like to celebrate at Easter. So with that being said, don't forget again to follow the Safe Love Podcast as we continue to have these type of conversations. I thank you for the gift and I thank you for the love that you're showing me over here. And with that being said, that is the end of the podcast. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next Friday on a Safe Love Podcast. Bye for now.